Hello again. Welcome to my kitchen again. We're going for another video. This time we're going for hot cocoa. I had just enough time to fix some. Okay, so yummy, 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 yummy. So what I want to talk to you about is that hot cocoa is something that we all love. We all love, especially through Christmas time. Especially my children have always loved it. I've tried to always have special things for hot cocoa. I want to talk to you about the simplest way that you can do hot cocoa, and that is the individual packets. You can get the fancy kind like this that have different flavors and different things like that of hot cocos. You can just get the Swiss Miss, something like that. You can get Great Value brand, but make it special. So first of all, I want to give you a tip on if you're just buying a box mix of cocoa, of hot chocolate mix. I just want to tell you how you can make it special, okay? Always use milk instead of water is one thing, okay? Because that just makes it rich and creamy, all right? And then the next thing is, if you want to shock your family a little bit, drop a piece of peppermint candy in the bottom of that cup, okay? And when you drop a piece of peppermint candy in that cup, then you can always add your warm milk on top of it and mix in your hot chocolate, and you've made peppermint hot chocolate. Or have a Hershey's Kiss. If they wanted extra chocolatey, drop that in there with their marshmallows. Or a little shaved chocolate. Always you can spray some whipped cream on top, put some sprinkles on top, stick a candy cane out of it for them to stir with. You can even take plastic spoons, melt some chocolate in the microwave. All you gotta do is just take one of your plastic spoons. Well, it looks like right here I've got plastic forks. But anyway, same thought. Have some melted chocolate and just dip your spoon in it, and while that is on that spoon about halfway and it's starting to cool a little bit, sprinkle it with some of your Christmas sprinkles, like the red or green sprinkles, or the Christmas sugars, and then wrap some saran wrap around that and tie some curly ribbon. And all you've got to do with that then is whenever you hand someone, even if it is the hot chocolate you just made out of a package, you can take that special little spoon that you've dipped in chocolate and put some sprinkles on, put saran wrap over it, little curly ribbon, they stir it with that, it makes it a little more chocolatey, and then they get to enjoy that, and so that just makes a regular cup of mixed packet of hot chocolate fancy. We'll spray a little whipped cream on the top, add some sprinkles, stick a candy cane out of it. Easy things you can do to make just the regular store-bought packs of cocoa, even Swiss Miss, seem like a big deal, okay? All right, so now then, we've talked about doing that kind of hot chocolate. Now I want to talk to you and give you two different recipes. You can always stop it after this live is over. You can go back, stop, and start as much as you need to on this. And so, one thing is that a recipe I want to talk to you about is the crock pot hot chocolate. If you want to make crock pot hot chocolate, all that you need to do is take a crock pot, and what you will do is you will mix your dry ingredients first, and then you will put them in a bowl and just take a whisk and mix those dry ingredients good so that they all get stirred in good together. And then you will put your wet ingredients into the crock pot, pour them directly into there, give them a stir, then add your dry to your wet and give it all a big stir in the crock pot. Turn it on high till it gets hot, then leave it on warm for the entire day that you want to sip on hot chocolate, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or just on a cold night that your family wants to have, some time with that. And so I'm going to give you the crock pot Paula's recipe, my own recipe for crock pot hot chocolate, okay? And this is definitely not diet hot chocolate. This is definitely creamy and rich and delicious, okay? So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need 1 can of sweetened condensed milk that's 14 ounces. That's a regular can of Eagle brand milk. Then you're going to need 1 can of evaporated milk, what my mom always called pet milk. But you need evaporated milk, 1 can of evaporated milk. You're going to need 6 cups of milk. And if you go with whole milk, that's the best one to go with, okay? So 6 cups of whole milk. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then 3 tablespoons of the powdered original Coffee Mate creamer, like this right here. not the liquid that everybody's using now, the original powder, okay? Just the plain original Coffee Mate coffee creamer, okay? And you would put in 3 tablespoons of that. Then you'll need 2 cups of chocolate chips. If you like things really chocolatey, then add the dark chocolate chips if you want a darker hot chocolate. But I usually use milk chocolate chips in this, okay? Then you're going to need a 1/2 cup of Nestle's Quick powder, like you make chocolate milk with. Mine's in a jar because all stuff in my pantry is, but it's just the Nestle's Quick in the yellow box, okay? You're going to need a 1/2 cup of that, okay? And then you're going to need a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, okay? And then you are going to need about depending on how sweet you like your hot chocolate and depending on which chocolate chips you choose. If you choose to go with the dark chocolate chips, you'll need a little more powdered sugar. But if you choose not to, then you won't, because you have got the evaporated milk. So I would start out with like a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, okay? Just regular powdered sugar, okay? And a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, okay? 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Now, if you're using the milk chocolate chips, you may not, with that sweetened condensed milk, you may not even need the powdered sugar, okay? It's however sweet of a hot chocolate that you like. So again, that 1/4 cup of the powdered sugar is optional, but you're going to put all dry ingredients into a bowl, mix that up real good, okay? And then you're going to put the wet ingredients in the crock pot, and you are going to add the dry to the wet, give it a good whisk, turn it on high. Once it gets good and hot, turn it down on low or warm, leave it for everybody. I'll go over those ingredients one more time. 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, 14 ounces, 1 can of evaporated milk, 6 cups of whole milk, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 3 tablespoons of Coffee Mate original creamer, 2 cups of chocolate chips, whichever ones that you want. I like milk chocolate chip. And then a 1/2 cup of Nestle's Quick, okay? And then a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, and a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar if you like your hot chocolate really sweet. If you don't, it more like the packets taste, you know. If you're going to add marshmallows or you're going to add whipped cream and that kind of stuff, leave that powdered sugar out. I usually don't put it in mine, but it is optional if people don't like any of those other things added. Okay, that makes a great crock pot hot chocolate. Okay, so that's the crock pot one. So we've talked about dressing up those packets. Buy those packets of instant ones. It doesn't matter if it's Swiss Miss, Great Value, Kroger brand. I don't care. You can always dress that up. You can put your whipped cream on the top of it and that kind of stuff, and you can make that hot chocolate, put sprinkles on it, put a candy cane in it, and everybody's gonna love it just as much. Add a piece of peppermint to the bottom, and tell your family you've made homemade peppermint hot chocolate. You've made hot chocolate out of a pack, but you did add the peppermint, so you made it, okay? The second one I gave you was the crock pot recipe. We went over it twice. Now, let me tell you one you can give as gifts. You can make your own dried cocoa mix. Like these come in packets, you can make your own hot chocolate powder, okay? And that's what I do, and I keep it over by my Keurig, and this is it. It has a scoop in it. It actually has a baby formula scoop in it, okay? But I make my own powder, okay? And whenever I make this is what you need. You get you a bowl, and you get your whisk, and you need to put in here, you need to put 1 cup of powdered sugar, okay? And then you need to put in 2/3 cup of cocoa. 2/3 cup of cocoa. Then you need to put 1/4 cup of Nestle's Quick powder, the yellow container, the powder. And then you need 1/4 cup of the Coffee Mate powder. And you need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay? Now then, once you add that, you just mix. You can even put it in a blender if you want to. But mix this up really, really good, okay? Now then, if you want to stop right there, that's what I do. I stop right there. That's all that I put in mine, okay? But when I make my hot chocolate, every time I serve someone hot chocolate, I use hot milk, okay? So I get milk warm in the microwave, on the stove, whatever, and then you use like 1/4 of a cup of this mixture into that. A third to a fourth, just depending on how chocolatey people want, how big your mug is. You know, I'm talking like a Christmas mug, you know, and because you would use about the same amount that's in a packet, you know, and that's about 1/4 of a cup, okay? And so, and you would add that to your warm milk. Now, if you want to add the milk already to your mixture, you can put powdered milk in it and mix your stuff up, and then you just add water. That's up to you. If you want to do that, you need to add 5 cups of your powdered milk that you can buy at Walmart or wherever the grocery store. You buy your powdered milk, you would need 5 cups of the powdered milk. The whole entire recipe stays the same, but you add the powdered milk, okay? And then you would take 1/4 of a cup of the mixture and put it in your cup, and you would just put boiling water to it and stir it up good, okay? I find that it just is, for us, it's better, it seems better to us if we just make it out of just real milk and we don't put the powdered milk in ours. So in my mixture, and this is my own recipe, and I used to give this as teacher's gifts all the time. I would fill them up a container of it, put a ribbon on it, and that was what I gave as Christmas gifts all the time, and they would love it and call me back and get my recipes. Again, that is a cup of powdered sugar, 2/3 cup of cocoa powder, 1/4 cup of Nestle's Quick powder, 1/4 cup of original Coffee Mate creamer, the original powdered creamer, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Stir that all up real good. Put it in a pretty container, mine says hot cocoa, and sit it by your Keurig or whatever. Heat you up a cup of milk in the microwave or however you want to heat it, tea kettle, whatever you want to put it in. And then this has got a formula scoop in it. We usually say 3 scoops to a mug, but you'll just need about about 1/4 of a cup would probably be plenty, because and you'll add it to your milk, and this makes really, really good hot chocolate. So that's making your own hot chocolate mix. Okay, I've got to get live on the other page, and so this was another video. Now I want you to, after that live on the other page, I'm coming back and I'm going to talk about Christmas punch. I've got a couple of different recipes for Christmas punch, and then we're going to do a video on Christmas wassail, and then we're going to make Christmas pot potpourri. So today is all about our 5 senses and tingling those senses to make it feel like Christmas. Okay, so there you go. We can do it. You can have your hot chocolate any way you want to, but always try to have those little goodies on hand, like, you know, the sugar that is this is just like the red and white granulated sugar. You can put whipped cream on top of your hot chocolate, sprinkle this on the top of it and stick a candy cane in it, and wow, your kids will think that you have just, you know, hung the moon, okay? And so you can go back and listen to these things over and pause it when you need to once this is totally recorded, but that's your 3 ways to make hot chocolate. You can make it with the packet and make it special with sprinkles and whipped cream and a piece of peppermint in the bottom. Make those little chocolate spoons for them to stir it with. You can make it in a crock pot all your own from my recipe, or you can make your own powder, just like the powdered mix, and have it where you have to just add the milk. That's it, okay? And remember, whole milk works best when making hot chocolate. So it's Christmas time. I know everybody, in January we'll go back to skim milk, but we need whole milk for this. Okay, going live on my regular page next, and I'll be back here after that one, and we're going to talk about Christmas punch. Really easy punch, 2 different recipes that are yummy, yummy. I'll see you guys on my regular page, and I hope those of you that have gotten the Christmas package, you're enjoying these videos, and Merry, Merry Christmas. We're only 7 days away.